Macklemore is my spirit animal. He just released a new album and it's amazing, of course. The honesty and the depth with which that man writes lyrics and sings songs is astonishing and astounding and so impressive. Every time I feel like he's singing about me. That's why I hope when I speak, somebody else feels that too. Like, somebody that gets it, Somebody else that feels the things I've felt. It's beautiful to watch that man wake up. It's glorious. Anyway, congratulations, Ben. Next year's gonna be better than this one, but this one's gotta be better first, so here's to this year. I wish you wonderful and glorious success, continued success, repeated success on your journey. What should we talk about now? How about humility? Humility is the entry point, I believe, of growth and knowledge and understanding and joy. Humility is also the entry point to understanding a lot of what Jesus is talking about. If you cannot humble yourself, and this is also related to the idea of asking yourself, what am I capable of believing? More so than what do I believe, what am I capable of believing? How open is my mind? That's humility too. That's saying, okay, maybe I should re-question. Maybe I should re-ask. Maybe I should reevaluate what I think and why I think it. Where does that story in my head really come from? Why do I think what I think? That's humility. That's saying, perhaps I've made an error in thinking somewhere. Perhaps I've made a mistake. And that's the entry point to all this stuff for somebody like, Macklemore. That's an entry point for sobriety, I imagine. That's an entry to the humility to say, look, I have a problem and it's outside of me and I need to humble myself at it and say that I'm powerless and give in, right? And that's the entry point of that. It's the entry point of everything. That fits, right? That fits with what I said. It's the entry point to growth and knowledge and understanding and joy, which is what recovery is. Ultimately, we're all in recovery, right? Of something. We're all in recovery unless we're already recovered, in which case, awesome. But humility is the entry point of recovery, and we're all in recovery. Let's just go with that. That fits. That feels right. But it's absolutely the entry point to true growth and knowledge, understanding, and joy, and peace, ultimately, and happiness, and all the things that people say they want. Humility is the entry point to all the things that people say they want. It's the opposite of ego, and the ego is the one that stands up and says, not me. Why should I have to? I won't endure this. That's ego, right? Humility is the one that says, I'm big enough to accept this. I understand someone else is having issues, or I understand this is the way the traffic patterns work, right? And they can absorb it. They're at peace. They're humble. They're safe, and they're secure in who they are. And the humility is the entry point, and then it solidifies. It becomes more and more abundant, I think, as the journey progresses. But it's certainly the entry point. It's certainly the entry point. What am I capable of believing? Am I humble enough to put myself low and say, maybe I don't know that much. Maybe I need to rethink some of my principles or my prepositions. Maybe I should revisit these and ask some questions. Maybe I should search out other people who seem to have better answers and see where they got them. Maybe that's what I should do. But if you hear any of this and you just think that's preposterous and you shut down immediately, then maybe this is for you. Maybe it's time to challenge some of your thoughts and some of the reasons that you think you're falling immediately into that mindset of like, no, I will not. I won't even. Don't you ever. If that's how it feels, then it's definitely time to take a look. Definitely time to think, am I humble enough? What am I capable of believing? Can I revisit the things I believe are foundational about me without fear or judgment or anxiety? And can I just look at them and see, like, is this really what I believe?